Hello students, welcome again in today's video lesson class. By continuing our today revision work, today I will do the revision of chapter number 4 water. I have given the revision of this chapter in the last video also up to anomalous behavior of water we have done. So today I will start revision from the source of water. You know, the water is a natural resources. So we get water from the nature only. In how many ways we get water? First of all, we get water from the ultimate source, that is the rainfall. So how rainfall is caused? As you know, when water get evaporated from seas, oceans, they converted into clouds. When these clouds become heavier, they condense and start precipitating. This precipitation of water is called rainwater. Okay. So this rainwater water are generally free from any kinds of soluble or insoluble impurities. They are purest form of water and they are called distilled water also. But when they come in contact in air, sometimes they become poisonous also, because when the rainwater combines with the oxides of nitrogen, sulfur, they may fall like a acid rains. They become poisonous. But if they dissolve in small quantity, then they are non-poisonous. So rainwater is safe for drinking after a few showers. So after a few showers, when all the dust particles, impurities of the air goes down, and after that water you can use for your purposes. Okay, it can be also often used for drinking. The next source of water is the surface water. Ultimately, wherever the water we are getting on this earth, they are all we get from rainwater. So when then this rainwater get deposited in different sources of water, that are called surface water. So earth's surface is 70% covered with water, as you know, and out of this total 71% earth's surface covered with water, is 97% of water is in seas and oceans, and only 3.5% they contain salt in them, and this so they are seas and ocean water are very salty. But we can make it use for different purposes, but for that we have to remove the salt from the seawater. That is called desalination. So removal of salt from the seawater is called desalination. Now only 2% of fresh water are in frozen state, like in polar ice caps, glaciers, etc. That means only 1% water is left available in ponds, lakes, rivers and underground system. Out of this 1%, how much water we can use daily for? Because pond waters we cannot use for drinking. Lake, river water we are also cannot use directly for drinking, because they contain so many impurities nowadays. Ponds, lakes and rivers all are polluted, so we cannot use them directly. So there is a very much scarcity of water, fresh water on this earth. Still we are having 71% of earth's surface covered with water, though we are having the scarcity of water. Next, the source of water is the underground water. When there is a rainfall, soil absorb water, and these water are percolated from the soil and goes in the deep layer of the earth's surface. Under the above the bedrock, they get deposited, these waters. They are called underground water. Sometimes these underground water are also connected with some rivers and lakes. So these underground water are also, we call them table water. So they are also called as table water. This water comes out from the surface at some time. Sometimes this underground water comes on Earth's surface by own, that is called spring. That's what we call natural spring. Underground water contains soluble impurities in a very little or no suspended impurities are there. So we can use this underground water directly for drinking, and we get this underground water by digging the wells or by drilling the tube wells, or by pumping we can take out water from the underground. So distribution of water on the earth's surface is depicted as given in the figure. In the first figure you see fresh 97% out of 71 earth surface water that is present. 97% of the water, of total water on the earth, is present in seas and oceans, and only 3% is fresh water. Out of 3% fresh water, we are having 69%, about 70% you can say, in the form of glaciers and polar ice caps, and 30% water is in the underground water. Out of this, and only 1% is liquid, is fresh water. Out of this 1%, the 87% water is in lakes, 2% is in rivers, and 11% in swamps. So these are the fresh water, surface water that we use for our purposes. Next, very important part, that is water cycle in nature. As you know, we get water in the 3 states of matter. Liquid state is the water, and then solid state is the ice, and the gaseous state is the water vapor. And water can be changed from one state to another state by on heating or absorbing heat, or by losing heat. When ice absorb heat, it melts to form water. Further, water when get heated, they evaporates to form water vapor. When this water vapor cools down, means after that is called condensation, on cooling they become again water. And further, when water is cooled, so it freezes at 0 degrees Celsius to form ice again. So this whole water cycle is also can be seen in our earth. Okay, how this happens? You see, when rainfall occurs, this rainwater goes to comes down on the land, and they get to the ponds, rivers, lakes, and they goes to oceans also. From those oceans and river lakes, when due to the sun's heat, they evaporates to form water vapor. Okay, so this water vapor goes up in the sky, and they become cloud. When these clouds become very heavier, and due to some weather changes, they starts changes. This water vapor changes to again droplets of water. This is called condensation of water vapor. Okay, after condensation, when this water droplets falls down, it's called, when it precipitates, are called precipitation or rainfall. So again, when this rainfall goes to the land, they sometime in cold places they fall like a snowfall. Some time they fall like a hail also. But what happens in colder countries, this water changes to ice in the form of ice caps, in the form of glacier also. So when these ice caps and glacier melts throughout the year, some rivers originates. From this river, water comes from the hills and mountains and goes to the seas and oceans ultimately. Okay, so again this process cycle goes on, and this is happening from when earth is there, life is exist on the earth. Before that, this cycle has been started. Okay, so we can say water is a cycle in nature. Okay, So the figure is given in your book. You practice this figure, very important figure. So circulation of water takes place from the earth surface to the atmosphere and back to the earth surface, and this cycle is replenished by naturally. Water can be replenished by naturally, so we can say water is a renewable source of energy. Okay students, so in this way, when water from river, ocean, streams, they evaporate due to sun's heat. This changes after evaporation, they goes to the sky. A cloud become as the height increases, it has become very cold, and water vapor condenses to form water droplets, and they falls from the cloud. When big droplets and combines to dust to form a cloud. After cloud formation, cloud become heavy and precipitate into rain. If the temperature further decreases, the water droplets solidify to form hail, sleet and snow and come down as a snowfall. After rainwater is absorbed by the soil and goes deep into the ground, as it collected in groundwater, rainwater also flows into the stream and rivers. And this cycle again continues every time, and this is called, so we call it a water cycle in nature. Okay. So I hope you have understood this chapter once again. In the next video class, I will explain water supply and purification in the cities, how water get purified and supplied to our houses in cities. Thank you students for watching this video. See you again in the next video class. Thank you very much.